Hey guys, woke up this morning after a dream about was a really strange yet very comforting dream about being babied by the devil. Yeah, it was weird. I'm gonna turn it into a story at a later date, but I just couldn't get enough inspiration to do it today, so I wrote another thing, which is quite sad. I'll warn you now, but I'm just gonna give it a read. So here we go. It's called Meanderings along Repression Road. I'm ashamed to admit it, but sometimes I still miss my rapist. Miss him. Crave him. The way he walked with big striding steps. That little half smile he'd quirk when he looked down at me from all the way up there. His hair. And the childlike joy I felt when he let me play with it. How many times I told him to put his damn seatbelt on before he peeled out into the road in that stupid car he drove. And the equal amount of times that he ignored me when I said it. His word-filled brain, his never-ending river of poetry, and the way he spoke it with the smallest whisper of an accent. What accent it was, I don't know. His taste in music and the few songs he showed me, though I'll be honest, pretentious, were wonderful. How solid he felt. The way he smelled. How gargantuan his hands were. The holes in his jeans, the holes in his socks, and even the gaps between his teeth. I romanticize him. I remember the night after I'd broken up with someone, and I lay all night on the nice, cool, tiled floor on my slow mobile internet, pouring my heart out to him about how my ex had broken up with me because I didn't like going to the beach. And he listened. And it became a regular thing. We'd talk about religion or politics, and I'd just start to feel exhausted from all the academic language, and oh, would you look at that? It's 3 a.m. Looking back on this, it's probably where the grooming started, and it hurts, because I know that where I saw a kind gesture, and I remember that time fondly, I know that he saw a vulnerable, heartbroken young girl with no defenses. He saw prey. It's gotten so that I go back and I read that first writing I wrote, denouncing him, and I can't help but feel like I've overreacted. That he really didn't do anything to me, and I'm the bad guy for telling him that he was a terrible person. I read it over and over, and I tried to feel hatred, but all I get is this maddening, soft feeling of nostalgia and fondness that makes me want to scream, "He raped you! He raped you, and you still love him! What in the name of fucking fuck is wrong with you?" But I don't. I just sit there and my brain produces another memory, like the bubbles of excitement I'd feel on a Thursday morning because I knew I'd get to go into university and sit with him at the back of a lecture, be scolded to take notes while he was catching up on rugby news. All the negativity, the grooming, the abasement, and finally the rape have all seemed to pale in comparison to paltry consolations of memories, like the time we were nearly thrown out of a crappy motel in West End because he insisted on teaching me Muay Thai moves at 3 a.m, or the time that he fucked me so hard I bled all over the sheets, and the good-natured smile that greeted my look of embarrassed panic. Maybe it's because I've been told by others that mine didn't count as real rape because I didn't realize that it had happened till much later, and because I gave consent at other intervals. Or because it's been over a year. Or because remembering things like his smile or his clothes is infinitely less painful than remembering the surrender of laying back in defeat because my refusal didn't work. And I know that deep down, even though I can feel my brain frantically trying to forget, he still did it. And he's still a terrible person, but hate is harder to maintain than I thought. I should be forgetting the good things, but I really don't think that I can. Because every time I think that I've had them all, I remember something else that makes me smile and fills me with shame at the same time. I'm ashamed to admit it. I miss him, and I don't think that I can stop.